You've heard it a million times, right? Our attention spans are broken. They're shrinking into nothing. But what if that whole idea is a complete myth? What if the real story is something way more interesting, and it's been staring us right in the face this whole time?
I mean, really think about this. We have all seen it happen. You've got a teenager who can spend an entire Saturday completely locked into a video game. I mean, tracking dozens of things at once, planning strategies, totally immersed. And yet, that very same person in a Monday morning class can't seem to stay focused for more than a couple of minutes. So what is really going on here?
The difference is just, it's night and day. On one side, you have this laser-sharp focus, this relentless engagement. And on the other, you get constant distraction and just passive listening. Now, the easy explanation, the one we always jump to, is a broken attention span. But is that the real story? I'm not so sure.
And this, of course, leads us directly to the usual suspect in this whole mystery. That infamous, headline-grabbing idea that our attention spans are just collapsing, especially for young people.
You know, the evidence seems pretty convincing at first. Research from Professor Gloria Mark shows that our average attention on any single digital task has just plummeted. It went from a pretty respectable 2.5 minutes back in 2004 to just 47 seconds today. I mean, that is a staggering drop. And it's usually blamed on the cognitive overload of our modern lives.
And then you have the big one, 8 seconds. This is supposedly the attention span of Gen Z, which, as the myth goes, is less than a goldfish. This number gets thrown around everywhere as definitive proof that our brains are just rewired for the worse. Okay, but here is the catch. This is the crucial point of the whole thing. This research, it shows a correlation, not causation. It proves that, yeah, we switch tasks more often on our devices, but it absolutely does not prove that our biological capacity for deep focus is just vanished. And that single distinction, it changes everything.
So let's just reframe this entire conversation. What if the problem isn't that our attention spans have shortened at all? What if our attention has just become scattered?
See, the capacity for focus is still there. It's just being pulled in 1,000 different directions at once. As the source material puts it so brilliantly, distraction doesn't actually destroy our ability to pay attention. It just hijacks it. That deep well of focus we all have, it's still there, just waiting for something to capture it. And this brings us right to this core idea of scattered attention. And listen, it's not a defect, it's actually an adaptation. It's a state of mind that is constantly scanning the horizon for active engagement, for something to do. And it's developed an incredibly low tolerance for just sitting there and passively receiving information.
Let's just put it side by side to make it super clear. The myth says our capacity to focus is broken, that it's a problem we need to fix. But the reality is that our tolerance for boring, non-interactive stuff is simply evaporated. This isn't a bug in our brains, it's a feature of a new landscape that all of us have to learn to navigate.
So if our attention is scattered, not broken, then trying to capture it with the old methods, well, it's like trying to catch fish with a butterfly net. It's just not going to work. It requires a completely new set of rules. So the real question is, what do modern learners actually demand?
Well, attention has become a currency. It has to be earned. It's not just given away. People will trade it for immersive experiences that really pull them in, like a great story or a compelling game. They expect instant gratification. They want clear signs of progress, rewards for their effort. They demand active involvement, not just sitting on the sidelines. And, maybe most importantly, they crave personal agency, the power to make their own choices.
Fundamentally, this is the question that every modern learner is subconsciously asking of any piece of content or any experience. Where am I in this story? How can I participate? And how does this relate to me? And if they can't find a good answer to that, their attention just scatters and goes somewhere else that can give them one. Think about it like this. A generation ago, if you zoned out in a lecture, you missed the boat. That information was pretty much gone. But today, with AI tutors, YouTube explainers, endless online resources, that boat is always at the dock. There is absolutely zero penalty for tuning out a boring, passive experience, and that simple fact shifts all the power to the learner.
So what this really means is that complaining about the good old days of captive audiences is totally pointless. We don't need to complain. We need a new playbook, one designed not to demand attention, but to truly earn it.
So what does this new playbook actually look like? Well, first, use micro bursts of information. Think more like a powerful 60-second TikTok video and less like a 2-hour lecture. Second, gamify the experience. Turn a lesson into a quest or a history class into a detective story. Third, let students become creators. Have them build blogs, record their own podcasts, or make videos. This totally shifts them from being passive consumers to active producers of knowledge. And finally, the big one: offer real agency. Let them choose their project, their topic, their method. Just give them some control.
So the big takeaway from all of this is actually pretty simple. In a world of infinite choice, where we're all just scrolling and scrolling, attention has become the new respect. You can't demand it, you can't force it, you absolutely have to earn it, second by second.
And look, this isn't just a question for teachers. It's for leaders, for creators, for parents. Really, it's for anyone trying to communicate an important idea in this new landscape. The question we should all be asking ourselves is this: how are you going to earn it tomorrow?